You know what? I'm starting. It's gonna happen. I'm starting anyway. It's 4 minutes before time. I'm starting. It's just like I need to get away from life and existence. So it's like I've been looking forward to this event for the whole day. So lots of things to do, lots of life getting in the way. So we're here. We're here. What we're gonna do today is this. We're gonna take the song that we worked on last week. We're gonna extrapolate, that's the word, the template out of this, and we're gonna import tracks from another song that Always Sleeps Under Beams has done. Drew Campbell, will love him. We're having fun. Hi, Drew. So now we're back at the drums, and let me hear how the drums sound, and let me check them for what we've done. We have added some reverb on the kick, a little bit of ambience. Then we've added the 286, which was giving us a lot of lows that I wasn't hearing, and so now I'm gonna compensate. So there's a ton of sub that I'm actually not really hating here. And you know what? For the vibe, I'm gonna use this. But the thing is, before this happens, I wanna carve this just a tiny little bit. I wanna give this song this kind of vibe. I wanna have it be a little bit more punchy, a little bit more, I wanna say disco, but kind of have that. So now we need to find where the gloom doesn't happen, okay? I'm thinking 43. Actually, though, the Q needs to be 1. You hear the difference? Now, from the Adams, it's night and day. There's like a halo of heat that becomes very long after a while. And with the 42 or 43 was kind of like night and day. 42 was a little bit too much, but 43 still has a lot. It kind of cleans up a little bit faster. So I like this where it's gone. So I like this. And I like what we did. Let me hear the bass alone. It's not giving our drums too much to think about. You know what we could do? We could dial in some sidechain. I'm gonna do that for the bass. You remember I didn't have it at first, but now I want it. So here, let me copy it. Oh no, this is the drum. So we did have it, but is it on? Maybe it needs to be a little bit more. I love this. We're keeping it. So we have that, and now we can venture in the land of the guitars. Let's try that. So here it is. We got some Soothy here that weren't used, so it doesn't quite matter. Let's see who plays, and then we bump them up. Okay, these two are in pairs, and these seem to be acoustics, though. These folks here. Right? So these need to be moved right here. I think this is the fastest way to do it. And we're going to color them. I have this weird color for them. And we're going to send them to all acoustic guitars. Boom. So let me see how we go here. See, Drew's guitar is so good. Like he's got this attitude for them that I really like. So let's go with our drums. I know there's VCAs, I know, but so I want to make them carry a lot here because they're not really doing, they're doing, but the left one doesn't. Let's try this. I think this could work to kind of beef up the left guitar a little. Okay, a little bit once again. You hear the difference this makes? Let's try it without and with. Man, if we get the right guitar to work, this is gonna be the wall. This is already kind of bumping in. I would move to vocals to get them right. So this is left, this is right. I've copy pasted. Let's try that. Okay, a little bit more. I love this. And I keep closing plugins so that you're gonna be so angry at me. I know. I have to go like to a therapist, and one of the first things I have to ask them is like, why do I close plugin interface the moment I'm done? I'm done. Okay. The third guitar is fundamental. I'm not gonna compress it though. I like that. I'm building it. I see stuff moving. I see a mellotron. I'll want that. Okay, that one, synth mid TNGBN. We need to bump the volume a tiny little bit, but then I also want to work these out a little bit better, okay? This is going to be the one that we shape to make it sound right. It will fill the space of the guitars and drums. Okay, well, that's probably to change the track, but this should be another track though. It's too different. Let's keep going. I actually want my drums here, okay, that I had, all these folks, these, and let's go a little bit back on the guitars. Although these guitars I liked, I kind of cut them. The monos are giving me the reference of where I want to go. We're gonna use this trick to place a lot of the guitars behind, and then we're gonna see where we go with it. You hear it, you can feel it, but it's not giving you priority on it. It's like behind. I'm gonna keep this on copy paste. Let's see where we go with the other guitars. Again. I think this trick is working. Like the guitars really want to be behind this main groove, at least for me. So. Because, you know, their harmonies sometimes are pushing over some intervals that are like passing notes or like avoid notes. And I want them to be there. I don't want to mute them, but I want them to be a little bit behind. Kind of getting ready for a package of adding vocals. I don't know, because I want to hear the song as it is, with few elements though. This one we've got to duplicate, and we've got to cut this guy right here, maybe a little bit less, like here, and then drag it down here, because these tracks completely different, and I think it stays that way until if in the end, right? So let's do this. I know what this is doing because I remember these songs, sorta. I need to play with the 20. Oh, actually, we could copy this guy right here. I want to do 2016. Right. Okay. I think I love the 2016. But I also think that in Drew's case, this plugin is part of his sound. I don't know. It's got a signature that keeps fitting. Okay. Well, I'm going to demonstrate this by just keeping going. Probably. Let me see if there's other stuff like, oh, there's orchestral parts. Yes, there's these 3 more synth sounds. Let's try them. I love that. It's a little bit too loud, but this is nice. All we need to do, all of these details must not distract us from the vocals. So right now they're very prominent because we don't hear the singer. Once we bring in the vocals, things are going to change a lot, and probably they're going to be wrong. But I want to get the orchestral parts as well right, and then we kind of balance things. Okay, the cellos are panned where they needed to be. I don't hear really the orchestral parts being so wrong. Do you hear them wrong? I don't think so. Let me see this. Okay, so this comes from what we did in the other time. In the other stream. So let's try and bypass all these, and we'll see if it's like, what is it without the effects? you know what? I'm gonna keep it as it is. The template's kind of working. It's giving it a vibe, you know. I'm not totally right now like super lucid on it, like that I can go and say, oh, I want to completely remake all of this. So this is going fine. I just want to check drums and guitars actually, because I want to see if the sidechain's working. Okay. Well, I picked the right time, right? Nothing's working. Oh, maybe here. Maybe here. Where were we with the guitars? Right here? Right? Okay. The vibe we're getting is from the sidechain as well, which I approve of. So. Okay, now orchestral parts, keys. Without vocals, it's feeling weird, but I want to keep this weird feel just so that I get super surprised by the vocals and then we rebuild it. But there's a lot of synths here that we haven't opened, so while the strings are playing, I want to hear what the synths would do in terms of arrangement. Okay, I'm gonna redo it, another scene. Okay. I think it's working. Obviously, that part is loud, but I don't want to compress that. We could gain stage this. Let me see this part. Oh, we were here. Okay, how about here? Without loop. Do you recognize that there's a chorus going on? If it's the same one, or probably I moved to chorus 2 looking at the waveforms. Now, the way this is arranged cannot be mixed in opening the sessions, mistakes are not happening or technical stuff notwithstanding, and just go, okay? Because if you do, you can only doing so by deconstructing the song and kind of building things up. You need to have the artist with you, like if we were mixing this for real, because they will guide you through the meaning of all those tracks. Because in theory, to make the song work, we need 8-10 tracks and nothing else, okay? So the way you handle the other 90% is not going to be how the artist would handle it, because they recorded them. You can't mute them, okay? So it is a lot of work that is more, once the sound is there, it has more to do with automation, with bringing sounds in, with understanding how things work. So what I'm going to do now before we close is I'm going to take the drums. I really want the snare to be a tiny little bit brighter. Trust me. And we're going to do 88 RS, but I'm going to load the legacy just to show you how small the interface is. But we're just going to take the EQ here, a little bit of maybe 8K or something, like maybe even 7 on a shelf, and just hear how beautiful the snare becomes. I already know how this is going to sound because this was one of the oldest plugins I got from UAD when I had my Uni 1. Let's go, without and with. Can you hear how the snare is always being heard? And the detail of that pop top is right there, but it's exactly on the verge of being not prominent somehow, something like it. It is insane. It is insane. It is really insane. I think I also dialed it in so right by accident that if I move this, it's not going to sound right. This channel strip is fantastic. It's very old. It works. So now we got the drums. Do we have the drums? Yes. Okay. I'm gonna start from the start of the song. I'm gonna get bass, and I'm gonna get maybe a couple more guitars as we go, and I'm gonna keep vocals on. Okay, without backings. How about the lead? It's got three of them. Okay, dry main Vox, we gotta check this. Hold on. So the LV Vox.
My broken heart.
Okay. This is what I remember from his mix.
My broken heart doesn't need. My broken heart doesn't need.
Okay, so we really don't need three of them.
My broken heart doesn't need another crack. We go for.
I love this song, actually. I picked one of my favorite of the Drew song. Okay, so number 3, Vox Effects is the one that kind of carries it. We're gonna move these to 0. Wow, that's a big thing for going pan. Okay, and so we said that vocal, drums, bass. Okay, then we see which kind of guitars we want to bring. I want to hear the vibe with these 3. I'm gonna press play and then we move things around. We're keeping the effects vocals, just so you know. Oh, I can't hear anything. That's beautiful. Because my VCAs on Nuendo are not Pro Tools. Ha! Alright. So let me bring the vocals here. And let me do these down. Right. Now should work. Right. Okay. So we've got some guitars. Let's do these. See, now we're starting from the start. It obviously makes more sense. I'm turning on some stuff to have vibes, and then we'll see where the vocals start. There, okay, they're right there. Good.
broken, the mirrors are all cleared like frost melts with the sun. My broken heart doesn't need another crack. We go forward this time, there's no going back. Our kiss marks the spot, so sublime. Finally we can say there's no going back now. No going back now. No, there's no going back. No, there's no going back. Going back now. No going back now. Each candle we've blown, every star we've wished upon, our someday has begun. There's no going back. No more of what was, only what will be. This time there's only sureties. My broken heart doesn't need another crack. We go forward this time, there's no going back. Our kiss marks the spot, so sublime. Finally we can say there's no going back now. No going back now. No, there's no going back. No, there's no going back. Going back now. No going back now. No, there's no going back. No, there's no going back. Going back now. No going back now.
Okay, so I was adjusting things and I was making it the worst possible experience for you. Have you heard how the song wants to pass through? What Drew wrote can't be stopped. Like, if you're listening to it and you hear where your tracks are, your volumes are, there is no denying, like, you can't really make it go anywhere else than where the music wants to go. I don't know if this is a personal opinion of mine, but I was tweaking things. I was making sure some tracks were working. I just wanted to get a vibe for it. But the structure of drums, bass, some of the guitars that opened up already, and the lead vocals and how they're sung and how they're presented, there's just no way. You know it's going to take time. You know it's going to need some help developing with soundstage and stuff. Some tricks that might give this signature sound a little bit more exposure. But the song goes where it wants to go, you know, and you don't need to have every element heard. That's why I would like to design for the scenes a little bit more of the bottom of it. But this is really, really interesting, and it's really working for the best. Now, we got our first glimpse after I had so much of single elements done, yet, you know, we didn't even have a mix bus compressor. Once I got the 2500 to kind of sound, the mix kind of solidified itself and all the elements were no longer jumping off one another. Actually, there was a dialogue there that was really nice. Now, for the next episode, what we're going to do is this. We're going to keep working on it, but we're going to kind of start structuring the different sections, knowing where the guitars happen, how they're ordered and stuff. And we're going to start to design 2 stages, one for the guitar area, which is more of the electrics. They're going to have their buoyancy because they're mostly ambient guitars, in my opinion. The acoustics are going to carry a little bit more and get a little bit more of their maybe a little bit of compression right there. And the vocals are going to be our lighthouse, really. The vocals are where you understand where all of the other sounds have to go. Have you noticed how opposite it is to what we were doing before? When we had the instruments alone, it was all about push these. Oh, no, wait, push this. Oh, no, wait, push these two. Oh, no, wait, push everything minus this. Once you put the lighthouse of the singer there, you know how much time you're going to need, but it's only going to be a matter of time. The drums carry, the bass does carry. It needs maybe a little bit more of a little bit of compression, or maybe parallel. I don't know. Maybe an LA2 as usual will do it. And everything else is ear candy that has to come back and forth. This is more about automating things than anything else. But we still need to design our fields. There has to be fields like concentric half circles around the vocals, and then the backings are going to be the icing on the cake. It really expresses itself effortlessly with a template that we dialed in for one episode, and then some effects and stuff. But there's proof that Bloom works, that what we've done with the the 33609 definitely works, and the 2500, in my opinion, is really where it needs to be. There's nothing there. The Chandler, I don't even want to touch it where it is, because it's giving me the right vibes. Gold clip pushing things just ever so slightly from the get-go. Our limiter here, just for safety. Nothing's really pushing that much, but the sidechain, the body of the work is really where it is. Also, kudos to the 286S, because this thing is, especially for this kind of project, the ticket on. I really like how it sounds, what it sounds like. I have the VLC, which I absolutely love. I would still get the VLC for what I need to do over this. And I have the CA70, which is kind of a different. I'm thinking this is way more polished for Drew's kind of sound. But my demo's gonna expire. So write to Mixwave, ask Mixwave to give it to me for like 3 months, 2 months, extended trial, and I'll be happy. Just write them, harass them via email, and say like, this dude told me on stream to do that. So here we are. As I usually like to remind you, this was always possible just for my patrons. Okay, so check my Patreon out. You'll find the web links and stuff everywhere. Each Thursday we get here. Next week we're gonna be dialing this in completely cold and just very relaxed and very ready. Today was about preparing it. We got a good vibe out of it. And I believe we got some of the most important sound elements done, which is a big plus, because we're going to forget about this and start mixing the next day. This was a lot of assistant work, okay? So the Thursday Mixdown is mixing on Thursday. Next Monday, there's Modular Mondays again. Check out my Patreon and what I do. We test plugins. We do new things. We do mixing contests without anything to win, and we have a lot of good time. So if you're able to see these every month, there's a lot more on the Patreon, but we also get to experience these because of the support people like you give me, okay, if you're watching these. Thank you very much for staying with me. I am gonna close it here. Next week, this song, There's No Going Back by Sleeps Under Beams, we're gonna really start getting into it and mixing it. Okay, so do not stress when you're mixing too much. This was a lot of technical things, but we dialed in some clean, fresh ears tricks. The 88RS, the 286, the way we used the 2016, these are all staying. They were intuitions, in my opinion, and they worked. Okay, thank you, Marco, for being here and opening the stream with me. This was amazing. I am gonna leave you to the beautiful evening that this is. It's going also to go to what is referred to as the weekend. Okay, now please cue in the ending titles. Ciao, everybody. Ciao, Marco. Thank you, and see you soon.